start today, folks. We're doing a little bit of Pinot today. We're just comparative Pinot tasting. So, well, the George Vineyards in Russian River, and then you've got Dierberg from the Santa Maria Valley, the Central Coast, and then you've got Shea Vineyards in Oregon, Willamette Valley.
True that.
So, what do you want to do? You want to try?
I'd like to taste these things.
Well, heck. Why not?
We're starting out then with some, this is in Russian River?
This is Russian River fruit.
Okay.
So this is what they call George Vintage 7.
Vintage 7.
Yep, Russian River 09 model. And 185 cases made. This is kind of a Grand Cru quality for Russian River. And
Oh wow.
it's a very, very small production.
But very, very intense on the nose.
Yeah, this is a guy who was turned on by the folks at Williams-Salem and wanted to do something similar. And actually, his wines, now that I've had some exposure to it, are very Williams-Salem-ish. Stylistically, anyway.
Ah, what are you getting on the nose?
I get, Bing cherry.
I get a little bit of like a rhubarb on the palate. Like very ripe rhubarb, not the tart stuff. The stuff that's very delicious. Oh, it's like a decadent.
Yeah,
you know.
It's quite nice. Got a little pie crust going on. Just very smooth. This is all these wines have been breathing now for a full day, so they've had time to sort of open up a little bit, release
Air out a bit.
A little acid going on.
Oh, well, I think I'll be coming back to that later.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. What else we got here?
Cheers to you, George. Wow. Dierberg. So this comes from where again?
This is Dierberg from the Santa Maria Valley. So we had North Coast, which is Sonoma. Now we have Dierberg, which is Santa Maria Central Coast, still California.
Wow, you get some, it seems like the fruit's a bit cooler, you get a bit of sort of copper penny-ish. It seems like a more rustic sort of version of the Pinot.
Yeah, they tend to, my first exposure to this was the 05 model. This is the 07. Their Pinots tend to be a little denser. They're not the soil composition is not similar to what you normally find in the Santa Maria Valley. So this is Mary and Jim Dierberg, and they're on the South Bank side, or several miles outside of the Santa Maria area, and just south of the river, and a little bit higher elevation. So they're up on like a plateau, if you will.
Right up there. It's also right up there is what's going on in the palate, which seems to me to be a bit, I mean, again, it's sort of that rustic, sort of, almost like a wild, gamey sort of Pinot.
Yeah, it's kind of almost a Volnier-ish type style. I mean, if you want to talk about Burgundian, it's more Côte de Beaune than it is Côte de Nuit. It's kind of a...
Right, and it's totally cherry Twizzler on the nose.
It's got lots of cherry going on, but it is mushroom and cherry. I mean, it's not just...
Very earth-driven as opposed to big fruit berries.
Yeah, it's not just a lot of red fruit and whatever, so...
No, I'm coming back to that too.
It's quite nice. I really like that.
I'm very happy with all of these.
This is a guy that I met maybe 10 years ago, Dick Shea. He's got quite a large vineyard, actually 200 acres of vineyard land in the Willamette. And for those of you who know Oregon's Willamette Valley, there's the Dundee Hills, which sort of sit in the middle part of the northern Yan Hill section, and they're just north of the Dundee Hills. He's got 200 acres, 135 are planted to Pinot. He's got 20 or 30 planted to Chardonnay, and he does a really nice job with his Pinot, selling it mostly to all the top estates in Oregon.
Oh yeah, you've got Penarash, you've got, oh gosh, a ton.
Yeah, there's a lot of people pulling fruit from there.
Beaufrere. Noir, they're so incredibly different, like night and day. All three.
That's interesting. This is an '08 model version of that, '07 model of Dierberg, '09 model of the Russian River Pinot Noir, and all fairly acceptable years in their areas, you know.
Pretty darn good here. Oh man, it's just lovely. It's absolutely.
All these are
very distinct.
Yeah, all these are really top estates. You know, certainly the Shea Vineyards has been considered the Grand Cru vineyard site of Oregon. And then Dierberg certainly has its big following. And this is kind of a cult Pinot Noir, if you will, from Norris Family Vineyard.
Oh man, it's absolutely incredible. Do you have a favorite? I can't say that I do. I mean, they're all so different. How could you have?
I really don't, actually. I think they're all quite good. I really like this for its sort of smooth, fat, cherry sort of character to it.
Right.
A little more black fruits going on than what I was originally going to expect from that. I like Dierberg for its more mushroom-esque quality.
Yeah.
And reminds me actually more of Burgundy than the other two. Not that that's good or bad, just that's the way it is.
Yeah, very rustic.
And the Shea Vineyards is actually smoother than what I had in the past from the same vintage, actually. It's sort of mellowed out a little bit. And it's very, very good. I like them all.
The finish is incredible.
They're definitely quite a bit different. You do get a longer finish with Shea's than you do the other two, but I wouldn't say it's better wine than the other two.
Well, you couldn't say the one was better than the other. They're all just different.
They're all just different,
They
yeah.
are.
Very good. And I really like comparing such dark, more rustic style of Pinots from such completely different areas of ecosystems with Pinot Noir.
Oh, true that. Cheers to that.
Okay, thanks for joining. Lovely Pinots.
Bonsoir.
Good job.